Hey guys, this is Jason Postel with JP Capital Solutions. So excited you're here to learn exactly how to find these deals, how to find money for these deals and close on them, right? And make money. So this presentation is going to be, about 25, 30 minutes. It's not going to be, an hour and a half. At the end, obviously I will have an offer, to join me closely, but I'm going to show you guys step by step, how you can do this for free with resources, that I'll even give you. And if you stick around to the very end, I'm going to give you scripts and some things, sent on a PDF that you can, get going tomorrow, but just going to go through quickly, just the people that don't know myself, just so you know who's walking you through this presentation. My name's Jason Postel. I'm an ex-professional baseball player. I own and operate a full-service commercial brokerage now, and also do single asset syndications, both in apartments and mobile home parks. So I got started in the commercial brokerage side, and transitioned to acquiring assets for my group, different partners, and it is a team effort, guys. But there's resources you can do to get started, and take action right away. So just going to go over who this is for. It's for anybody wanting to have a passive income to supplement maybe your current job, right? Or people looking to get completely out of the rat race. For me, once my career was over with sports, at on the brokerage side, that's still a different type of rat race, right? You may be 24 hours working for yourself, which is great, but you're still chasing a check, right? So you don't have that passive income. Maybe this is for athletes wanting to have a source of passive income to build wealth for the future. I interviewed a guy, played in the NFL, and his rookie season he bought a quad, right? A fourplex, house hacked, if you guys know what that is, and I'll talk about that later on. But he bought it, lived in one unit, right? A quad's 4 units all together in one building, and he bought that. You can get an FHA loan, which is a really low interest loans, at least right now, and rent out the others, and it's an awesome way to start and get in. So I'll show you guys how to do that. Or maybe you're just new to real estate investing and you don't know how to get started, right? You don't know what to do. You're overwhelmed, right? Or even experienced investors, you guys will also benefit because there's new software, sales funnels everybody's talking about, but there's actually ways, to automate processes and new things that experienced investors could benefit from. So um, the main points here I'm going to go through is how to create passive income through real estate without experience, which asset choose, or what we do, how to find these deals, how to find the owner, and what do you say to these once you do find them. Okay, and how to raise the money for the deal. Maybe you do have some capital, working capital, but you don't know how to find the deal, right? Or maybe you have the deal but don't have the capital, or maybe you don't know either, right? So we're going to go through all that. But just about me really quickly. Again, I don't want to make this about me or drag this out. I want to get to the meat of it. But, again, my name is Jason Postel. I'm a proud father, ex-professional athlete, real estate entrepreneur, and business owner, right? And self-made. I do pride myself on, learning the business. I didn't have, everybody says, oh, it's who you know, which is true, but, I didn't have family in the business. I didn't have, I eventually found some mentors and just read and learned, but, overall just self-made. So, don't think that you have to have a background or, know people, right? So, um, just again, my quick story is, I played baseball, could throw before I could walk, right? And played in Florida. So I played on 4 teams, got to college, had a full scholarship, and was fortunate enough to play, in the minor leagues for a few years professionally. And, it was an amazing opportunity. But my last season got injured, had a beautiful baby girl, and, it ended abruptly. And fortunately, I always had a passion for real estate. I remember, um, you know, when I was really young, I saw these buildings and just thought, you know, man, you know, who owns those? I was curious, right? So, um, but you know, I once real estate's so broad. So once my career was over, I was like, well, what do I do, right? I got to get my real estate license, right? That's what I thought, and that's what a lot of people think. But you know, I did get my real estate license. I had some success getting into selling properties, and but found quickly that wasn't what I wanted to do, right? This wasn't what I had always envisioned in real estate, right? People are running around flipping homes, and it was crazy, you know, for to just not really have a direction. But I always had an obsession with apartment buildings, you know, for whatever reason. You know, I think it really started one day just seeing um, you know, a really high one bedroom rent. It might have been like 1,600, you know, almost 2,000 for a one bedroom, you know, a nice apartment. I just looked at all these windows and I'm like thinking, dang, you know, that's 2,000, 246, you know, I'm counting them. I'm thinking somebody owns this building, you know, and again, I was just really curious. So, you know, I was fortunate to position myself and dive into the commercial real estate and just read and soak up everything and I did join a team with a larger firm to really learn the ins and outs and you know, you don't have to do that, guys. You can there is so much free information, right? It does help to get around the right people. And you know, I couldn't have started my own company as soon as I did if I wasn't around those people. So, you know, right here, this is what, you know, my company, my firm, JP Capital Solutions, we focus on multifamily real estate investments, and you know, that goes along with the full service brokerage. But this is another side for passive investors, and this is what I was able to start just from the knowledge that I learned, you know, and now I get to make my own schedule. You know, within 5 years, the goal as a firm and within my other partners, you know, to obtain 1,000 units inside 5 years. So what is it that we actually do? Like what is it? You know, again, this is aside from the commercial brokerage. This isn't just buying and selling properties. This is completely different. So, you know, we place capital from private individual lenders. It's private lenders. It's not a bank, right? It's private lenders. It could be a person, right? It could be you know, a grandpa, grandma, or just a retired 40 young 40-year-old, right, with some retirement income. So it's just private money that wants high returns, right? Passive. So these are income producing commercial assets that do not require big development or rehabilitation, right? They're apartment buildings or mobile home parks that are, you know, more on the institutional side. They're mobile home manufactured home communities, right? They have clubhouse, pool. They're really nice, but they're affordable, right? There's a huge demand. And we require experienced local and knowledgeable operators so that it manages properly, guys. And that's the beauty of this. It's you're not managing it yourself. That's why I never got into the single family deal, because it was just so much work from everybody that I was listening to. And then the apartment guys were hiring the property manager. So it just made sense. So what do we target? I pretty much just went over that, but just to give you an idea, again, to get in the business, it's very overwhelming. You have so many different asset classes from, you know, mobile home parks, self storage, retail, multifamily. You got hotels and lodging, offices, you got land leases, and it does keep going, guys. But I did highlight just some of the space we're in. You know, there's the multifamily and the mobile home parks. I did put a star on next to self storage because oftentimes between mobile home parks and RVs, there's storage components to some of those um, that can be a value add. So there's the asset class, and is a beautiful thing about this and finding these type of assets and real estate investments is, again, this isn't chasing the, you know, the rat race in real estate is the single family flip, right? It's like a commission for a broker, essentially, right? You do a flip, you land a nice chunk of money, but you got to find the next one, right? So these are passive income potentially for life, right? And what does that look like for you guys? I mean, just, it's scary to think of, but what if you got fired tomorrow, right? With all these, technology and robots taking away jobs, what if you are an athlete currently and you get released, tomorrow, right? Again, it's tough to think about, but where would your income come from? Do you have a skill set that you can just go figure it out, right? Um, so you got to be thinking of that. And, right now we're in the midst of a significant cycle of defaults, large retailers shutting down. I mean, everybody saw a while back now, Toys R Us and now you hear Macy's big shutting down so many different stores and all these big, so there's a lot of volatility in the market right now. So what we do is when we find these deals, we don't just find a deal and say, oh, well, okay, we found the deal, find money. There's a very strict underwriting process that goes along with this from day one on sourcing the deals and the opportunities, underwriting, bottoms up approach. And guys, we'll walk you guys through this. I want to get more into how you find these, what you say, and kind of give you a highlight of the deals we're looking at, right? To get to see what these returns are looking like. But this is it, guys, the fundamental analysis, through the exit strategy, right? We take a risk management. We stress test all of our assets, meaning, what's the worst case scenario, the vacancies, underwriting. We go through line item and we're very conservative in our underwriting. So just to give an idea of what a deal looks like. Okay, so here's a portfolio with this is a very, very high level snapshot of the opportunity. We have it, for accredited investors. We have about a 40-page deck, which in our programs, we put these together. We have these for our guys to plug your deals into, to be able to pitch investors, do it digitally, do it over the web. Ideally, you want to get in front of them, shake their hands. Right now, unfortunately, a lot of things are going digital. So we show you how to jump on a Zoom call and walk them through the deals. Right. So here's the 3-park portfolio, 3 beautiful parks. Purchasing, we're getting in this at $2 million. Okay. Our value add opportunities, the rents are the lot rents are so low, and what we want to do is we never want to own the home, right? That's more repairs and maintenance. In apartments you can't get away from that, right? That's part of the building. But the beauty of mobile home parks is if the tenant owns their home, obviously you don't need to fix it, right? So there's a huge opportunity there. So the highlight, if you see, this is a 10-year projection, but the gross income currently is 231, and just by selling off the park owned homes and bringing the rents up to market, the lot rent, we're looking at just under 400,000 year one, and then year two, we're billed back, we're utilities, and it's almost $500,000. So that's where these evaluations come in. To, if you see on a 5-year, we look for a 3 to 5 year hold to operate and put these up. That's where you say at a conservative 10% cap rate, which that's the operating income less the expenses divided by the purchase price, right? That's where this is very conservative. Just to give you an idea, right now parks are trading. We have another case study of a 5 cap that was just traded. Investor got in at a 7 cap. Here, 18 months later, exit at a 5. So it's incredible what you can do. But at a 10%, that's a 3.7 evaluation. So again, in 5 years max, we may be able to do this in 3. That's a 1.71736 $1 million profit, net profit. So just to give an idea also on a stock market, I hope not too many people watching this are getting slammed right now. in the market. But just to give you an idea of how we do our investments compared to the market, if you have an Apple stock and you're wanting to get a $50,000 dividends a year, right? That means every year you want to make $50,000 annually, right? Just every month you would get 4,166. Stocks don't pay out monthly, obviously, but we do here. So just to give you an idea, though, to get that 50,000 from an Apple stock, you would need to have purchased $2.9 million. And we get that by the 0.0171 dividend yield offered by the stock, which obviously, guys, that changes. This is just an average, clearly. So now when you invest with us, that same 8%, or I'm sorry, that same 50,000, with our preferred return we offer, you would only need $625,000. Guys, that's a huge. I mean, I think that speaks volumes itself. But it does even get sweeter than that, because in real estate, we are able to use leverage, oftentimes 3 to 4 times your initial investment. So, for instance, that 625 is really worth 1.875. So that's just a snapshot on stock market versus real estate. I think it's pretty clear. And again, this is real estate, hard tangible assets, insured, and secure real estate. So I said at the beginning here, if you stuck around, I'd kind of give you an idea of an investor pitch, elevator pitch, which I'll give scripts and different things. But if you're trying to, bootstrap your own little investment firm, just make it short and sweet, guys. You let them know. They want to know what you do, what others are doing with you and how they can benefit, right? So if you're in an elevator, you just say, hey, I manage a boutique real estate investment fund. Our investors co-invest in exclusive partnerships with other sophisticated investors investing large sums of money, right? That just kind of gives them an idea in their head. Then if you repeat after that, our investors benefit from receiving passive income with lower expenses, higher returns in real estate that is secured and insured. So now they know what it is. And then icing on the cake, if they're like, well, how do I need all the cash? Well, we're also one of the few firms that can accept 401k and IRA funds, right? So we have registered custodians we let you use on our deals, or if you have people that want to tap into their 401ks, we can convert that into what they call, obviously, your self-directed IRA or checkbook control. They can help you with your deals, right? So how do you find these? Everybody wants to know, well, how do you find the deal? How do you find the money? How do you do a combination of both? Well, you got to get leads, right? Well, how do you get the leads? There's a number of ways. There's 3 ways, right? Right now you'll hear funnels and online advertising. Everybody's online, and again, right now everybody's looking at their phones. Leads are happening online, whether that's Facebook, Google. It just there's leads everybody's typing in, right? So obviously online. So we do have sales funnels that are online, that are automated. They capture the leads. But with that being said, you still have to make the call. Okay. But if you don't know how to be different, like I said, the sales funnel, everybody's online. Well, direct mail. There's direct mail campaigns that you can do a combination of both, right? So that's how we do a combination of everything, and if you master just those 3 things, they work together, right? So if you can get to a point, but if you don't have a budget, right, to run advertisements online, you can scrap up some money to send out some mailers, and just make it more direct, just if you drive by, write down the address, just call them. We'll show you exactly how to scrape the data from the property appraisers, right? So if you can master these 3 things, you're going to be successful. And if you don't, you're unfortunately going to get left behind. This world's moving fast, but they can't take relationships away. And in this business, fortunately, that's what it is. And like I said in the beginning, I was going to offer, you to work closer with me, or maybe you need a financial calculator, or you need a pitch deck, or a deal deck. How can I put one together? Or you need your cold call scripts to make those calls, right? So I obviously put everything together to give to you guys, and this is it. This some of the stuff I've personally purchased, some I've put together, some I've had developers and programmed softwares. Some of it's free, uh, that you can go. I know that one of the deal analyzing softwares I use, DealCheck, is there's a free version on there, and I have a calculator that's worth um, hundreds hundreds of dollars. So I'm going to give you guys an action plan, step by step process. You can get going in 90 days, right? You're going to get a financial calculator. You're going to analyze these deals in seconds, and and it's going to be in that spreadsheet that I showed you. The breakdown is going to give you guys your cap rate, your NOI, and I have other videos that walk you through the free videos. Guys, even if you don't end up purchasing this, please poke around, and you'll find a lot of information, guys. But if you can get it all at once and understand it, again, the deal decks, you guys can go look at other sites. I mean, you guys find this stuff individually. I mean, deal decks, there was one even for 3,000 a lawyer was gonna um, draft up, right? But there's direct mail campaigns that have been proven. I've purchased ones that have been literally proven by large companies that have had success, and due diligence checklists and inspections. So the purchase contracts and letters of intent, as if a lawyer, just for their time, they're going to charge you a couple grand to draft those up, and so you can have them. All right. So give walk through a call, and obviously, um, you know, uh, if you add it up, 14,000, right? But um, would that be worth it if you did pay 14,000? If you could create passive income in the next few months that gave you freedom to go with your family, to do what you wanted, and not have a job, fire your boss, would that be worth it? I mean, easily. And you guys know some of those private placement memorandums and the syndicators out there. 15,000 is that's what you're going to pay to get started, just with packets and legal papers. So clearly today I'm not going to make you guys pay that, but if you want it all in one shot, for $497, that's going to be everything. You're going to have 24-hour access to the deal vault in there, where it'll have everything in here you can download immediately. But I did also say, if you wanted to work a little more closely with me one-on-one, submit your actual deals live. We'll analyze them. I do have an option, if you want to, for $97 a month. Have weekly coaching calls. Again, there's live mentorships. You're going to get updated scripts and deal decks, and again, you get to submit your deals live, right? And I give you access to my private capital resources, and we get to do deals together, guys. And here's the vault that you have 24-hour access to immediately. Download everything right away. Everything will get renewed. There's going to be a full course where I have other professional athletes on, that are absolutely crushing it, from everything, football, basketball. But it's just, baseball is what I can speak to, right? Athletes. But we got others on here that have been just in other similar fields, right? And just showed you their journey. So, it's great to be in the inner circle, and that's just a monthly fee right there. But again, the updated deal decks, everything pays for itself. So hope to see you guys, on the other side. Shoot me an email, info@jpcapitalsolutions.com. Check me out at YouTube, Athlete2Investor, and go get it, guys. Happy to help any way I can, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the inside.